DePaul Catholic High School in Wayne, New Jersey for Pope John Lion freshman football. Mike Formasano here calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us. We are getting ready to start the second half here, and Pope John looking to turn things around. It was all Spartans in the first half, 23-0 DePaul Catholic over Pope John. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Spartans, leading the way along with a safety. So now Pope John will kick off to DePaul Catholic to start the second half, and they'll ask the defense to start the momentum, trying to turn it back around and get Pope John going here in quarter number 3. Let's go over the roster for Pope John again. We start. We're going to go alphabetically. Aiden Armiger is number 52. Mark Baker is number 9. Colin Bauman, number 50. Carter Brash, number 53. Luke Broderick, number 34. Anthony Buddycant, number 33. Nate Capper, number 45. Vincenzo Ciliberti, 29. Dylan Cocaziello, 42. Jason Cofrancesco, 55. Brian Cohen is 26. Charlie Formasano, number 58. Jacob Jessamaria, 54. Joseph Guzman, number 24. Mark Hedgepeth, number 35. William Harak, number 49. Matthew Johnson, number 70. Ryan Johnson, number 27. Michael Kepler, 59. Logan Kazija, number 4. And Alex Porter, number 6. Christian Severinson, number 19. Ryan Sapolsky, number 28. Matthew Staub, number 32. Gabriel Valverde, number 2. Eric Weinstock, number 12. And Camille Zlatek is number 57. The president of the Catholic Academy of Sussex County is Mr. Daniel O'Keefe. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. The athletic director is Brian McAleer. The athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The head coach of the Pope John Lions freshman football team is Mike Stellatella. And the assistant coach is Ronnie Fox. I'm Mike Formasano. We're here live at DePaul Catholic High School in Wayne, New Jersey, as the Pope John Lions get set for their second half of action. Please make sure you join us on Monday morning, Labor Day morning, 9:30 a.m. as the Pope John Lions JV team will be back here at DePaul Catholic to take on the Spartans. Pope John JV and DePaul Catholic JV right here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube, 9:30 a.m. on Monday morning. And then the freshmen will be back at it on Thursday, 4 p.m., the home opener for the Pope John freshman team against Paramus Catholic. The Paladins come in to the Lions Den to take on Pope John. 4 p.m., Pope John and Paramus Catholic. If you're in the Sparta area today, please head out to Pope John High School at noon. The Lions varsity football team will begin their season against DePaul Catholic and a rematch of last year's state final, which DePaul Catholic won 33-21. The Lions looking for some payback, and they get the season started off right. Lions and the Spartans at Pope John High School, noon today, varsity football. So Pope John is going to kick left to right. Christian Severinson setting the ball up on the tee at the 40-yard line. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in Wayne. Perfect football weather, nice and cool. Milder than usual at this time of year and Labor Day weekend, so we'll take it. With the portent of things to come, it's going to be a great, great football year. Plenty on the channel for you. Freshman JV, possibly some varsity, and then also the junior Lions, 13 and 11U. Here's the kick all the way down the field to about the 10-yard line. It's received there by number 3 for DePaul Catholic. Up the far sideline and knocked out of bounds by number 9, Mark Baker. And DePaul Catholic will set up just shy of the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for DePaul Catholic to start the third quarter. 23-0 Spartans lead over Pope John. Well, they'll spot the ball at the 30 exactly. As I said, with all the football coming up, JV on Monday and freshman football on Thursday, the junior Lions start on Sunday, September 7th. And they're going to start up their season next Sunday, not tomorrow. First games will be on Sunday, September 7th. So we'll have those for you as well. Plenty of football here on the channel on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Lions football all over the place. Quarterback in the gun. They go back to number 2. He takes the snap. He rolls to his left towards the near hash mark in the sideline. Tries to go around the corner. Knocked out of bounds by number 27 for the Lions. That is Ryan Johnson. So DePaul making the end around there and getting the first down. They get the ball down to the 46-yard line. So a 16-yard scamper by the DePaul Catholic quarterback. First and 10 from the 46. Spartans up to the line. First and 10, DePaul Catholic. Quarterback of the gun, number 2, 13 to his left, and he'll take the ball. Goes to the right, gets past 53. Up past the 50-yard line, tackled there by number 4, Logan Kurzja. Gain of about 8 for the Spartans there. Second and 2. DePaul coming up to the line. Same setup as before. Number 2 in the gun, 13 to his left. Another draw play. 13 takes it right up the middle. Busts across the 40-yard line. And another DePaul Catholic first down. The Spartans moving the ball well on the ground. They've already scored 3 rushing touchdowns today. Lions will have this set up 4 times this year where they play on Saturday morning instead of the usual 4 p.m. Thursday start. Today against DePaul, and then I think games against Del Barton, Seton Hall, and St. Peter's, if I'm not mistaken. 4 home games that Pope John Varsity has. The freshmen hit the road that morning. So what they'll do is after the game, they'll head back to Pond and take in the varsity game. Man in motion is number 14. 2. Hands it off to 13. Met just past the line of scrimmage. And Pope John bringing down for the tackle. That's number 42, Dylan Cocaziello, along with number 27, Ryan Johnson, in on the tackle. Gain of about 4. That sets up 2nd and 6, maybe 2nd and 7 for DePaul. Spartans in their white jerseys with green numbers and green pants and white helmets with the Spartan logo on the sides. Pope John, new uniforms this year, at least the pants and the helmets. The jerseys are the same as they were before, blue and gold, and the helmet's not gold anymore. They're white with a gold stripe and blue trim and the blue and gold lion on each side. Here's the snap, number 2. Pressure, throws it to the sideline, complete to number 85. He's got the first down and then some. Up the sideline, and Pope John knocks him out of bounds past the 20-yard line. So good reception by number 85 for DePaul Catholic, and another Spartan first down. Clock being kept by the referees on the field, so we're about midway through the 3rd quarter. 3 touchdowns for DePaul Catholic in the first half, all on the ground. And then a safety as well to boot. And that's your score, 23-0. Spartans are threatening again. Number 2 in the gun. He's got 23 now to his left. Draw play to number 23 up the middle. And he dropped the ball. Ball's on the turf. And we'll see who recovered. And it is going to be Pope John ball. Good fumble recovery by Pope John. I did not see exactly who grabbed the ball there, so my apologies. But Pope John is able to recover the fumble and a turnover for the Lions. Who made the fumble recovery there?
I think it was Ryan Johnson.
Asking Tom Staub and Paul Cogaziello, and they both agree that they think it was Ryan Johnson. So we're going to go with it. Ryan Johnson with the fumble recovery, and the Lions will take over. Good job by the Lions defense.
Get that? Did you recover that? Good job.
And we confirmed it. Ryan Johnson with the fumble recovery. So good job by Johnson, and the Lions will take over. 1st and 10, deep in their own territory, about the 6-yard line, maybe 5. Porter, the pitch back. And the running back, I believe it's Cohen, gets back out to about the 8. It is Cohen, number 26 for Pope John. Porter coming back into the huddle from the sideline, talking with head coach Mike Stellatella and assistant coach Ronnie Fox to get the play. It would be a big win for Pope John at this point in the game to even shut down the DePaul Catholic offense. You know, DePaul scoring 23 points in the first half. The Lions can go ahead, get this turnover, start some momentum the other way. Here's Cohen up the far hash mark and past the first down marker. Good rush by Cohen, and he's got enough for the first down. 1st and 10, Pope John. The Lions with the first down there, and Pope John on the move. Lions in the huddle, 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Porter under center. Handoff. Right of the middle. Not much there. It went to Cohen. And so, I was talking earlier today about how exclusively throughout the preseason and this game, I've seen the quarterbacks in the shotgun. Well, Porter was under center there, so it's nice to see that some traditions stay alive, right? I'm used to that game where the quarterback's under center and you hand it off and it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You don't even get the dust anymore. Everything's turf nowadays. Porter back in the huddle. Second and 10 for the Lions. Porter under center. I formation. And now number 9, Baker, moves out of the way. Porter rolling to his right, and he is brought down by the defensive tackle for DePaul Catholic, number 66. So a sack for DePaul Catholic, and that will bring up 3rd and long. Well, Porter rolled out to his right, was looking downfield, couldn't find anyone open, and by the time he found someone on the sideline, he was being brought down by the defensive tackle for DePaul Catholic. 3rd and long, the Lions have to get to the 26 for a first. Ball spotted on the near hash mark. Porter in the gun. Cohen right beside him. High snap, and he bobbles it, picks it back up. He rolls to his left towards the far sideline. He's going to keep it. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It's a fumble, but it goes out of bounds, so Pope John will keep it. A gain on yardage for Porter, but it's going to bring up 4th down and long. They give him the 10-yard line, I think maybe 11. So the Lions forced to punt once again. Christian Severinsen heading out to take the snap and the kick. Severinsen getting ready to boot it away. Here's a snap. He takes it. Kick. High kick by Severinsen. Gets to about the 30-yard line. Takes a DePaul Catholic bounce back towards the 25 and down by number 2, Gabriel Valverde. So, good field position for DePaul Catholic as they start up again here in this late third quarter. The Spartans leading 23-0 over Pope John. And I think that is going to be the end of the third quarter as the teams are heading to the other side of the field. So we've reached the end of 3 quarters here at DePaul Catholic High School at Joe Lennon Field. It is 23-0, DePaul Catholic leading over Pope John. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Wayne, New Jersey and DePaul Catholic High School, home of the state champion varsity DePaul Catholic Spartans. They're in Sparta today to take on the Pope John Lions in the varsity game at noon. But right now, the DePaul Catholic Spartans freshman team is having their way with Pope John Freshmen 23-0. Good third quarter by the Lions. They shut down the Spartan offense and also took the ball away on a fumble Ryan Johnson. So if you're looking for positives, the second half has been definitely a positive for Pope John, but they still haven't put any points on the board, and they're going to look to do that here in the fourth quarter. They have to stop DePaul Catholic first here on this 1st and 10. Handoff goes to number 23 towards the near hash mark. Another fumble, and Pope John is recovered. And it's Pope John ball. A great fumble recovery by the Pope John Lions. Their second one of this second half. And the Lions will take over. So again, not able to tell exactly who made the fumble recovery. We'll check that out after the game. I'll have that for you next week. But first one was by Ryan Johnson. Don't know who that was specifically. I was looking to see who would come up with the ball, but Pope John now with possession to pass out to number 12 on the far side, and he comes back through the middle. That is Eric Weinstock making the catch from Alex Porter. We got a flag down, however, so let's see what the referees rule. They're moving the ball back, so it's going to be a Pope John penalty. So wave off the reception by Weinstock. 10-yard penalty for the Lions, and it'll be 1st and 20 now. So Porter in the gun. Cohen right next to him. Gives it to Cohen on the draw. Right up the middle. He's got room to run. He's met at about the 25-yard line by number 6, for DePaul Catholic. But a good run by number 26, Brian Cohen. You can definitely, here's the thing. It's 23-0, we understand. Pope John trying to go ahead and come back and get on the board here. But you can point to definitely some positives for Pope John, specifically on defense for this second half. And now we're waiting to see what you can get from the offense. The pass play was a nice one to Weinstock. Here's Porter over to Cohen. Cohen is going to rush towards the far sideline. And he is tackled at about the 34-yard line. So a nice reception on the screen to Brian Cohen. And almost a first down. They're going to come up just shy. So after the penalty to Pope John, it was 1st and 20. It's now 3rd and 1. So 2 plays, a rush on a draw, and then a screen pass to Brian Cohen. And the Lions have picked up 19 of the 20 needed to get the first. They've got to get to the 35. Porter will start the gun again. Cohen to his right. Man in motion's Weinstock. Porter keeps it. Goes across the middle. First down, Lions. A nice option play by Alex Porter. And faked the handoff to Weinstock, who was coming through. And instead, Porter decides to keep it. Rushes across the 35, gets a couple of yards down to the 37, and a 1st and 10 for Pope John. We're in the early 4th quarter here. It's 23-0 DePaul Catholic, but the Lions on the move, looking to get on the scoreboard here. Hand off to Cohen, and he is met in the backfield. Escapes the tackle, but gives DePaul Catholic enough time for multiple defenders to come in and bring Cohen down. Nice way to slip that first tackle, however, by Cohen, who has looked impressive in this second half. So despite the effort, Cohen is dropped back at the 31, so it's going to be 2nd and long for Pope John. Lions have to get to the 47 for a first. Second and long. Porter in the gun. Nobody else in the backfield. Porter takes the snap, pass to Weinstock to the near side. Makes the catch and comes across the 35 to about the 36. Tackled there by number 5 for DePaul Catholic. Brings up 3rd and long. Lions in the huddle. Porter comes out to join him. 3rd and 11 for Pope John. If they want to keep the drive going, they got to get to the 47-yard line. Here's the snap. Porter drops back. Rolls to his left. Number 28 all over him. Brings him down. An impressive series for number 28, making a big tackle earlier, and now a sack on Porter. And that will force the Lions into another punting situation. 4th and long for Pope John. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line on the near hash. So Christian Severinson back out there to punt for Pope John. Number 3 back to receive for DePaul Catholic, standing at the 50-yard line. Let's keep in mind, too, as we watch Severinson getting set to punt. It's a high snap. He takes it. And a good boot down the field. Gets to the 50. Number 3 makes a reception. He's going to the far side, down to the 40, the 35. Met there, knocked out of bounds. Number 53 and 54 in on the tackle. 54, Jacob Jessamaria. and number 53, Carter Brash. As I was saying before the punt, let's keep in mind that this freshman team, as well as the JV team, are developmental. They're developmental teams getting set for varsity in a year or two, and the JV being part of the varsity on the sophomore level. But the freshmen really focusing on making the improvements necessary so they can join the varsity team next year. And the freshmen have shown a lot today. Coming back from the first half performance, DePaul Catholic able to put 3 touchdowns on the board, the safety and so forth. Well, the defense has had 2 takeaways, fumble recoveries, Ryan Johnson with the first one, and some movement there by the offense on that drive. A couple of pass plays, one to Eric Weinstock. Good rushing by Brian Cohen. Alex Porter has looked better and better at quarterback. So there's good signs to take away here. The line has played well for Pope John on both the offense and defense side of the ball. And right there, a good stop by the defensive line. In on the tackle for Pope John, number 54, Jacob Jessamaria, and Carter Brash, number 53. Well, the ball's down to the 32. And keep in mind, too, Pope John going home next week. They had to come into a hostile environment today against DePaul Catholic. The Spartans are a very good team, you know, but it doesn't get easier for Pope John. They take on Paramus Catholic next week, so. DePaul Catholic up to the line. Spartans lead 23-0. We're in the fourth quarter. Quarterback is number 2. He hands it off. Met right in the backfield. Number 33 for Pope John. Anthony Buddycant with the tackle of the running back as he cut up the middle. So it's going to be 3rd and long for DePaul Catholic. Good tackle there by Buddycant. Third and long for DePaul Catholic. They've got to get to the, trying to see the far sideline there. It looks to be the 23-yard line. Here's a snap. Number 2, dropping back to pass under pressure. Fires downfield. Incomplete. Intended receiver was number 28 for DePaul Catholic, but number 27, Ryan Johnson, breaking up the pass play. Good defense by Johnson there. That's going to force DePaul Catholic into a 4th down situation. Ball on the 33-yard line of Pope John. DePaul Catholic has to get to the Pope John 22. Looks like they're going to go for it, so it's that no man's land territory where it's too far for a field goal, but really doesn't make sense to punt it away unless you're looking to coffin corner it. Here's the snap. Number 2, back to pass, flag down. Here's the pass. Reception made by number 15, but he is met right at the 30. Jacob Jessamaria and a shove afterwards. The DePaul Catholic contingent not happy, but the flag came down beforehand. We're going to see, I think it's against DePaul Catholic, so. Well, this gets the Spartans, and I believe Pope John has declined it so they can take over possession. So, 1st and 10 for Pope John. They're going to start from the 35-yard line. And I think that's a good call by head coach Mike Stellatella to waive that and decline the penalty, take possession, get the Lions back on the offensive side of the ball, and see if they can drive the 65 yards for a touchdown. So, Pope John to the line. Alex Porter looked good in the second half. He's got Weinstock to his left. Handoff to Weinstock on the draw. Goes to the far side across the 40. Still on his feet. The 45, the 50. And he's off. Weinstock to the 30. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lions! Eric Weinstock, a 65-yard touchdown run. And Pope John gets on the board. It's 23-6. A terrific run by Eric Weinstock. And Pope John has hit pay dirt. So now Pope John will set up for the extra point. It looks to be a timeout on the field, so they're going to end the game before the attempt for the extra point. So, all right, well, listen, the Lions did get on the board there. The last play of the game, a 65-yard touchdown run by Eric Weinstock. And so Pope John gets into the end zone. But the story of the day, DePaul Catholic with 3 touchdowns in the first half, 3 rushing touchdowns along with a safety, and your final score. The DePaul Catholic Spartans defeat the Pope John Lions freshman team 23-6. In my opinion, story of 2 halves. DePaul Catholic, very solid, looked great in the first half, and did enough to put Pope John at bay even in the second half to secure the win. But a lot of positives for Pope John in that second half, and it's capped off by a 65-yard touchdown run by number 12, Eric Weinstock on the draw play for Alex Porter. And so Pope John getting on the board, but not enough. 23-6 your final score. If you're in the Sparta area, please head over to Pope John High School as the varsity football team is getting set to take on the DePaul Catholic Spartans in a rematch of the state championship game. 12 o'clock start time at Pope John High School. And then on Monday at 9:30 a.m., we'll be here live at DePaul Catholic High School for the Pope John JV team as they take on DePaul Catholic JV. 9:30 a.m. on Labor Day, Monday morning. And then on 4 p.m. on Thursday, the freshman football team against Paramus Catholic at Pope John High School. We'll have that for you on Pope John Lions TV as well. 4 p.m., freshman football against Paramus Catholic. And then on Tuesday at 4 p.m., we will have Pope John Soccer, boys soccer, as the soccer team gets set for their last exhibition before the start of their regular season. More sports coming on the channel as well. We'll update you throughout the week. For everyone here at DePaul Catholic High School in Wayne, New Jersey, it's Mike Formisano saying thank you very much for joining us. Final score, the DePaul Catholic Spartans defeat the Pope John Lions 23-6. Have a good morning, and we will see you at Pope John High School at noon for varsity football, the Pope John Lions and the DePaul Catholic Spartans. And we'll be back on the channel Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Pope John JV against DePaul Catholic. Have a good morning, and enjoy your Labor Day weekend.